tighter.
All right, on the board. Julius and I are out here at a lake that neither of us have been to for a year. We just decided we wanted to come out here and just poke around and play and see what we could find. So great way to start when you don't know what is going on is a spinnerbait. So O.S.P high pitcher max, little bass. Let's see if we can duplicate. Thank you, guy. On the
Good job,
board.
bro.
That's 1-0.
Oh God.
That didn't take long.
And off we go back to 25 feet. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yep.
And I can
Ideally,
throw
a
a
decent
different
one.
blade if I need to. I just had this tied on.
Yeah, no. Let's try to catch some fish. Like I said, let's just go fishing and see what happens. Yeah, there you go. Nice. All right, that one was off a little bit.
Yeah, it was like 14 feet off some of that deeper timber.
Nice.
Nice on that Typhoon. Such a sick spinnerbait. Big oversized blades. Right on.
So here, check out the difference in spinnerbait size. So again, not knowing what's happening, we just picked chartreuse because the water's kind of dingy. It's about 1.5 foot, 2 foot visibility. I went with just a traditional 1/2 ounce. Julius went with something with some really big blades, just so we can kind of have a 1-2 punch and try something different. So,
yeah.
All right, 1-1.
Right on. 1-1.
There's one.
Got him?
Yep. Good one.
Good job. That white blade.
All right.
Thank you.
Made a little color change. Went to the white. It's my little guy. These fish are cold, so it's 52-degree water. Fishing more on moon phase than water temp. So, you know, we're about 4, maybe 3 weeks away from a full moon. So no matter what, even in cold water, fish are gonna start moving up. So it's just kind of a good way to just, I don't know, cover a lot of ground and get bit and get some confidence going. So put that dude back. Thanks, little guy.
It's always when you want to move.
Yeah, every time
Always.
you say let's move. But I mean, he was sitting right on top of that point and probably 6 foot,
Yeah.
but he's not a big one. But sitting where a fish should be sitting if they're staging on secondary.
I get one day to run around. I might not even. Got him. Big one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Top.
Strong.
That's a 3-pounder. Nice one, bro.
Now we're getting a little better. All right. Man, these fish are so cold. It's crazy because he bit so hard and he's fighting. They're just fresh because they're fresh out of that deep water, but God, it's a nice one. That's sick. Thank you, buddy.
Sick.
Nice. All right, see you, bud. Nice. O.S.P high pitcher. So I just made a color change because the water was actually getting a little funkier. Again, we picked this lake to come. We haven't been here. Didn't really know what to expect. We're just kind of fishing off water clarity, I would say. And basically what we're doing is we're kind of doing a 1-2 approach. Julius is throwing like a 1 ounce, more of a structure spinnerbait. And I'm bouncing back and forth from a 1/2 to this is a 5/8. And I'm kind of picking apart more of the shallower zone, looking for fish that are moving up. Julius is kind of scoping and looking for fish maybe hanging offshore. And we're just trying to figure it out, right? So a lot of times when the water is really muddy, going to something that's got a painted blade on it really helps add. I wasn't getting bit on that chartreuse I started with, switched to this, bam, bam, caught a couple, and they're absolutely smoking it too. Which tells me that I might be onto something. So I like this O.S.P painted blade because it's half painted and half flash. So I still get the advantage of flash. I don't feel like it's just this giant white blob coming through the water. So that's why I really like the high pitcher. The other thing about the high pitcher that I like a lot is that it's a super light wire spinnerbait. So I can fish it very slow and I feel the vibration of that spinnerbait going. For the heavier one, for the 5/8, I've been throwing on the Madbull, which is just a great one for anything, you know, 1/2 to 1 ounce reaction. Madbull is money. I've been throwing on 20 pound. On the 3/4 or on the 1/2 ounce one, the chartreuse one, that always goes on my dark sleeper rod. 16 pound dark sleeper. 8-to-1 gear ratio for me on this. You could go to a 7-to-1, you could even do a 6, but what I find is if they're in the shallows, I can fish this very slow. I can slow myself down, but if I get a big one, if I get a 6 or 7 pounder in a bush, I want that high speed to try to pull it out. Kind of a lot like a flipping style technique. So I don't like to put any trailers or anything this time of the year because I want that bait to kind of stay down. I'm really just fishing it slow up and over all these branches and just casting different angles. I mean, they have the white, the Shiraz, which is a good white.
Yeah.
It's like a white ice, but they need a fucking pearl. Yes.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Nice. Pulled it out of that tree and he fucking smoked it.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
That'll work.
All right, bass, we see you. Nice.
Another one on that Typhoon. This thing just gives off so much vibration when you're fishing.
Oh,
this
you
thing.
dirty. Sorry.
We
Go
found-
ahead. I just didn't want you to have the spotlight.
No, you're good. We found a little point that's gagged up with them, but another one on that O.S.P Typhoon. Just again, oversized blades. So 1 ounce, like Ben's been saying, I'm gonna put this guy back, but you know, we haven't been here. We're just kind of, you know, looking around, trying to figure out what these fish are doing. And we 1-2 punched it. He's throwing up on these shallower flats and secondary points, and I'm throwing just off. And there's a few fish doing each thing. So we're learning as we go and catching them. Oh, no way. That was a bite.
No, it wasn't. But just in case it was. He was like frozen. TJ, are you okay? He's like, I don't know. No way.
Biggest one of the day, too.
No way. Right after I was talking shit. Oh, nice. It is a good one.
About the red spinnerbait.
I told you they would eat red.
Oh my gosh. That is SV3. So I've had this color in my box forever, right? I bought them for a tournament years ago, and it's just been one of those, like, I've never really had the opportunity to throw it. Just finally, I was like, you know what? We're coming out here just to have some fun and throw some blades. I'm gonna try it. And Ben called me some not so kind words, and this was like my 10th cast.
Yeah, so I'm available for hire if you need me to talk shit to you. Obviously, good luck. Good job,
cool.
dude.
Let's see if we get some more on that bait. Could be a sneaky one for some of you guys. I mean, it's an underlook color. It's a bright red spinnerbait.
Why does red work, Julius?
I don't know.
Okay. Good info.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep up the good work.
You're welcome.
You know, it's that the thing.
I do know how red works, but I couldn't put it in my head to say it right. I'm like,
Do you have
it's
any
an- Yeah, I'm like, if I say it, I'm just gonna sound dumb. Well, I
Just pull some random shit out, like,
dude, my drag slipped, and I'm like, just stay high stuck. Just
dude,
stay
you hammered that fish? I'm like, no.
Let me throw it the stump,
Hit
and
it.
then we'll go in.
You have
I'm
a
not
trolling
gonna-
motor, right? Like we can go left and right?
It only goes left. And then we'll just shoot up and go,
Yeah,
go
and we
do the idea.
we don't have to finish the spinnerbait video this second either.
Oh,
we could
okay.
finish the spinnerbait video in 4 hours if we want to. You on?
Yeah.
Nice.
Came back for it.
Good one?
No.
Little one? Did you go back to the chartreuse?
Yeah.
You're tired of me making fun of your red?
Well, you got around some deeper places, so I picked up the Typhoon again, but there's
Yeah,
another
no way.
one. Nice one. Dude, what's weird is, like, this one's not as cold and not as pale as some of them other ones. Like, he's almost been up there a little bit longer.
Well, yeah, maybe. And it's warm to a degree.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe he might have just he's been laying for a while.
He missed it, too. Did you see that?
Yeah. Unless it was another fish. Unless it was the
Probably.
big one.
There it is. Nice.
Oh, absolutely knocked the piss out of it. Hell yeah.
Dude. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. There we go. The red high pitcher. Hey, sometimes you just got to give them what they want, right? They want red, give them red. Sometimes in the spring, crazy shit happens. So,
Do I get credit for that?
Whoop. All right, guys, so that is a wrap on a pretty fun spinnerbait.
Yeah, that was cool.
I think a spinnerbait is just a really good way to just cover a lot of ground and to pick a lake apart that you guys haven't been to for a while, especially if you get a little bit of a warming trend. It's also a really good one when you're fishing with a lake with a lot of cover, like we've been in today. So, you know, we started just kind of running bank shallow. I was throwing the high pitcher max. You were throwing that Typhoon a little bit, also that SV3. So I know we kind of broke down those spinnerbaits for you guys before, so I'll talk more about the rods. For me, I kind of live on the Dark Sleeper. I've got it paired with the Zillion 16-pound Sunline Fluoro. I was also throwing the Madbull today with the Steez A and 16-pound. What are you throwing the spinnerbait on?
Utility player, and then 7-1 medium heavy Valkyrie, and then I just bounced between these two. Tried the red just because pre-spawn, we're still in that pre-spawn.
I think that was our biggest one of the day, actually.
I think so.
So that was a good call.
But these two, I kind of live in between these two rods for anywhere between, you know, 3/8 to a half, all the way up to maybe a 1-ounce spinnerbait that just, I live here.
Yeah, so. What pound test were you throwing?
18.
18.
And 20.
Okay.
Yep.
So don't be afraid of the heavier line. You know, it's a single hook. So if you're fishing around brush, you need the line to be able to pull them out. Basically, the only thing the line's gonna do is maybe just slow the rate of fall. So if you're fishing in shallower water, that might actually be a benefit. I throw a lot of 5/8 ounce. 5/8, 3/4, even in the really shallow water that you saw us fishing today, because it lets me get it down and fish it and pick things apart without having to just barely turn my reel handle. So the heavier line helps me kind of control depth with that too, which is nice. So gear ratio for you?
I'm a 6-3 to 1 on my bait that I'm fishing deeper, and a 7-1 when I'm kind of fishing around these shallower targets.
Cool.
So that way I can kind of maintain my speed.
I'm a 7-1 and an 8-1. There's an 8 on this one.
Yeah.
I think as long as you know what you have, you can speed up or slow down. I'm sure if you guys watch the footage, there's times where Julius is going really fast and I'm barely going, but we're probably going the same speed. Just as long as you're mindful for what you have.
For sure.
You're good. So try the spinnerbait. It's a great way to kind of bridge that gap from that deep to the shallow water when we start pulling out of that winter and into spring. So enjoy it. I had fun, dude.
Yeah, that was sweet.
All right. See you guys. See you soon.
Later.